Let's see where we are. Let's get you in here. Hello, everybody. I'm hoping that you're on here now. Let's go. A little bit casual tonight. Yes. Show's gonna get going in about 7.5 minutes. Let's see if I can find it somewhere on my page. Where is it at? Where is it being broadcast? We don't know. There it is. Let's take that volume down before you hear me talking that way. Here we go. Perfect. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Ember. Hi, everybody. I'm gonna put that up in here, then I don't have to deal with it. I can be right on the monitor. Hey, how's it going? All right. Howdy do, howdy do. It's gonna be the 4th of July tomorrow. Today's the 3rd of July if you're watching this on the repeat. Oh boy, I froze myself. There we go, that's even better. All right, so tomorrow's 4th of July. Tell me in the comments, what's your favorite 4th of July? What is your favorite 4th of July? Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it, right back at you. And guess what? I can do this now. I figured out the hotkeys. I can also, oh, I don't think it's in here though. Nope, it's not on this one. No. You wait, you wait. Well, thanks for coming along tonight. We're gonna talk about the 4th of July. 4th of July. Well, let me just add that in here. How's that? We're gonna add this on here. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Should be that. We're gonna add existing. Look at this. Watch out. Here it comes. No, no, no. Hold your applause. No, seriously. Hold your applause. It's okay. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun tonight. Oh yeah. Everybody's gonna Wang Chung tonight. That's gonna be fun. About 5.5 minutes to go in the pre-show. Tell me in the comments section, what is your favorite 4th of July? What do you like to do on the 4th of July? Do you like to cook out? Do you like to go to a lake? Do you like to, whatever, watch fireworks at some point in time? It's kind of a goofy week this week, and we're gonna talk about that, but tell me in the comments, throw it in the comments, what do you like to do on your 4th of July? If you're in America, if you're in Canada, got some friends up in Canada. If you're in Canada, hello, hello. You had Canada Day this last weekend. And tell us what you do on Canada Day. I think it's kind of a similar holiday like the 4th of July is for America. United States. I don't know. I shouldn't say America. I got corrected on that the other time, or the other day in that, so yes. So let me know in the comments. I don't have everything up and running yet. I'm hoping that I can practice with that new software this weekend and get things all set up so I can see the comments right in front of me instead of looking over here. But until then, it's okay. I can glance over here and see the comments. It's okay with me. But yeah, tell me what you like to do on the 4th of July. And if you're watching this on the replay, which a lot of people do, it's kind of strange to me, but they watch it on the replay. If you're watching this on the replay, put it in the comments down below. You can see it. Yeah, Kyle says live music on the beach. Because he's a son of a beach. Can you say this? I think I can still say that. I got a little bit of allergies going on, so I'm gonna drink a whole bunch of water right now. For your enjoyment, your viewing pleasure, you got to see me drink water. But we're gonna talk about the 4th of July. I'm gonna talk about some of the history of 4th of July. I started like reading this up a couple of days ago and going, kind of strange, kind of some unique things going on there. And just wanted to see if you knew all about this good stuff. So anyway, there you go. Yeah, Kyle, there you go. I made you chuckle a little bit. Okay. But yeah, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. 3 minutes to go. If you can't see the timer, I don't know. Maybe you're just listening. It's like a podcast to you. You got your headphones on. You're just listening to me as you're running along, or you're going about your day. Kind of, yeah, I don't know. But yes, 4th of July. So if you are watching this on the replay, then put into the comment section, tell me what you do on the 4th of July, nor what you like to do on the 4th of July. Tell me what those things are. And we're gonna get this party started in about 2.5 minutes, a little bit less than that. Crazy day out there, a little bit crazy day. It's very hot here still. It's gonna get even warmer in the next couple of days, and then I think we cool down after somewhere in the weekend. I think it cools down again, but we're supposed to get rain again up here in Wisconsin. And yeah, it's kind of freaky, kind of hot, kind of Florida-like. Kind of Florida-like. Yeah, I would say this has got to be the closest to Florida. Humid. Although today is a little bit more dry, but I mean, it's been really humid, hot, 90s, somewhere in that vein. I think it was 91 today, so yeah, a little bit of fun there. I don't mind the heat. I kind of like the heat. I'd rather have the heat than 35 below zero. That's just me, though. That's just me. All right, we got about 1.5 minutes left in the pre-show, and you know why we do the pre-show? I'm gonna tell you, because I just been talking my ear off, your ears off, I should say, not my ears off, they're still here. But I've been talking and coaching people over the last week and telling them how to do some lives and Facebook lives and Instagram lives and that. And you come on and do this pre-show because it takes about 5 minutes or so to kick it out for Facebook to pick up on comments and things are going on here. And so now all of a sudden they start kicking it out to the friends and that. So, and oh, by the way, I should do this. Let's share this like right now. We got 52 seconds left. Let's share that baby out there. Let's put that out there. Let's share it with the folks. Bam. There you go. Share with your friends. See if you can bring them along for the fun and frivolity. Ooh, that was a fancy word, huh? Is that even a word? I don't know. 20 seconds to go. Drink up. Yes, that's 100% pure water. There you go. All right. Are you ready? Welcome, everybody, to tonight's show. I am Dave Stelma. I am going to be your host and master of ceremonies tonight. Oh, no. Hold your applause. Hold your applause till later. That's okay. Okay, I'll take it. Thanks a lot. Tonight, we're going to talk about the 4th of July. Here in America, tomorrow is the 4th of July, and today is the 3rd, and we're going to just celebrate, right? We're going to do a few things, but I'm going to talk about the history of the 4th of July. We're going to talk about the Star-Spangled Banner, and we're going to talk about the song that almost became our American anthem. Right after the intro. So way back when, thank you, hold your applause, it's okay, yeah, no, okay, that's fine. I kind of deserve it a little bit, yeah. Oh yeah, there's some good special effects now and everything, right? So we're celebrating the 4th of July tomorrow, and with the 4th of July, we have a little bit of history that goes with that. I wasn't too sure about, and I looked it up, and I'm trying to do two things at one time, and guys can't do that. Here we go. So 4th of July, also known as Independence Day, you know, that's out there, and it's now a federal holiday in the United States, and that's only been since 1941. Since 1941 that started that. But, you know, it almost didn't happen. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? It almost didn't happen. Hi, June. How's it going? Yeah, so so Independence Day, 4th of July, our independence from King George III. I had to look that up, by the way. I was like, which George was it? I knew it was King George. I just didn't know which George it was that was taxing us, and we rebelled against taxes. Ooh. Ooh, does that sound kind of familiar? The more things change, the more they remain the same. So let me tell you a little bit of history about our country, right? So, briefly, when the initial battles of the Revolutionary War broke out in April of 1775, few colonists desired complete independence from Great Britain. We just wanted to teach them a lesson. We just wanted to go out there. The majority of the people that were in the United States of America just want to teach King George III a little bit of a lesson. They just want to go out there and kind of just start killing some of the British and teaching them a little bit of a lesson. But they didn't really want to break away. They didn't want to become separate from United Kingdom or England or whatever it was called at that point in time. Britain. And so it's kind of surprising how that was. And it was to actually get and become independent on our own was considered really radical at that time. There was not everybody was on board. Hi, Julie, how's it going? And so there was, you know, and that made me think of, why would that be? Because they came in, they basically were a police state. I mean, King George III was running this country with his soldiers over here and just saying, no, you toe the line, we're going to tax you, we're going to, you know, it was basically just a satellite country off of Britain. And the people here, the majority of the people did not want to change because they feared it. They feared change. Now, does that sound familiar? Right? Even today, we fear change. The more we talk about it, we want to live it, we want to do it, but it's like we fear it, right? Same thing back then. We're talking about the history. Hey, Lindsay, thank you for coming on board. But we fear change. And so that was even way back then when we were trying to debate on whether we were going to be a separate country. We were out there. We didn't want to be taxed. We didn't want to have all that. We didn't want someone from a faraway land governing. We came over here. The people that were here first, I wasn't here yet. My ancestors weren't here yet. But the people from Britain that came over first were trying to escape all of that. They didn't want the control. That's why they came all the way across that big old Atlantic Ocean to come over here. And so, but they were apprehensive when it came down to it. They didn't want to break away. So by the middle of the following year, so now we're in 1776, middle of that year, more and more colonists now were jumping on board. They're like, you know, this might not be a bad thing. So it took a while to do that. They didn't just initially start the battle and start the American Revolution just to break away and break off and go that route. It took a while to do it, and it took a while to get everybody on board for that. So, but with that, with the growing hostility from Britain and the sentiments on there and expressed, and also because of Thomas Paine's Common Sense, the book Common Sense that was published by Thomas Paine in early 1776, people jumped on board. They were like, you know what? We can do it ourselves. We can do it ourselves. We can break away from those Brits, and we can do it. And trust me, I love my Brits. I love my Canadians. I love my Brits. I love everyone. I just was born and raised here in the United States. But on June 7th then, when the Continental Congress met in Pennsylvania at later called the Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the Virginia delegate Richard Henry Lee introduced a motion calling for the colonies to be independent. And now they started debating it. Whew. Boy, nothing changes in the old DC, does it? I mean, this was in Philadelphia at that point, but that was what DC is now, right? That's where they're all mid. So now they had to debate this instead of going, yeah, everybody wants it, let's do it, let's break off and do it. now this handful of people that we had back then are called Congress. So Congress postponed the vote on his resolution, but appointed a 5-man committee. This cracks me up. It's 1776. We just fought our way. We killed British soldiers. We did all of this stuff. We fought our way through this. And now we're going to get 5 guys together. 5 guys. Sorry, you can't see it over there beyond the sign. So 5 guys together, and not the restaurant 5 guys that has the burgers. This is like 5 other guys. Yeah. Well, let me tell you who they are. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Roger Sherman, Ben Franklin, Robert R. Livingston. Those were the 5 got together. And so then they had to draft a formal statement justifying the break with Great Britain. Whew. By the way, do you like my t-shirt? Here, I should show it. Woo! There you go. That's the old 5K run I did back in 2014. But that's the closest thing I had to red, white, and blue to wear tonight. Don't have a lot of red. But think about that. So now we broke away, and instead of going, bam, here we go. We're going to do this. We're breaking away. We're going to be our own nation. We're going to, you know, yeehaw, here comes the United States. We had to get 5 guys together. And then they had to draft a formal statement. Well, the cool thing was it did happen, I guess. Because we're here now, right? It did happen. But now there's nothing happens without controversy in Washington, in the old D.C., District of Columbia, which we're talking about Philadelphia, but that's where it kind of started. We were going to be in Philadelphia first, right? So here we go. So John Adams, so now they draft this document, right? They get this all together, these 5 guys, only 5 guys, 5. Nobody else, just 5, right? They mostly write this. So John Adams believes that July 2nd was the correct date in which to celebrate the birth of American independence, and would reportedly turn down invitations to appear on July 4th events in protest. Does that sound familiar too? Oh, thanks, Lindsay. It's like, you gotta love history. The more things you think are changing, the more they remain the same. It's crazy. So here we got John Adams. That's not even going to go to the 4th of July. He's not. So the rest of them are like 4th of July is when we're going to adopt this. Here's our, we got this. But on July 2nd, the Continental Congress voted in favor of Lee's resolution for independence in a near unanimous vote. There was still a few that wanted to stay with Britain. New York delegation abstained, but later voted affirmatively. They held out for something. They wanted a bridge built across something, and so they held out for that until they said, okay, well, now we'll vote for it, right? So on that day, John Adams wrote to his wife, Abigail, that July 2nd will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. And the celebration should include pomp and parade, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other. He wrote that to his wife. But he said July 2nd. July 2nd, not 4th. July 2nd. Right? So on July 4th, though, the Continental Congress formally adopted the Declaration of Independence. Now we need, where's our little, there you go. Nice. There you go. So now we got July 4th, right? So July 4th, so you're thinking right away, okay, so then July 4th was the date. Everybody every July 4th just went out and celebrated, right? They did this, well, sort of. And they all sang the Star-Spangled Banner, right? The Star-Spangled Banner? Or did they? The Star-Spangled Banner was not the original national anthem. let me tell you what was. It was called Hail Columbia. Oh, hail Columbia. As we say here in Lake Mills, we're very urban-like. So this guy called Philip File, both with PHs. Philip and File, both have PHs. In 1789, he composed this for the first inauguration of George Washington, and it was entitled The President's March. Not even going to come close to singing this. Not even going to come close to, if you go look it up, it's called Hail Columbia, Hail, comma, Columbia. That's the name of the song. But let me just give you a little rundown of some lyrics here, right? So, some lyrics to go with Hail Columbia. And this is actually what, at that moment in time, was the most popular and basically was the national anthem. Everybody was doing it. And go and listen to it. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm going to read the lyrics to you. So it says, Hail Columbia, happy land. Hail ye heroes, heaven-born band. Who fought and bled in freedom's cause, and when the storm of war was gone, enjoyed the peace your valor won. That's pretty nice, right? That was, well, yeah. Let independence be our boast, ever mindful what it cost, ever grateful for the prize. Let its altar reach the skies. Pretty good. Now the chorus is firm, united let us be, rallying around our liberty. As a band of brothers joined, peace and safety we shall find. Pretty good. Not so good on the rhyming part, but you know, yeah, look it up and check out the tune. Go on YouTube and check it out at some point. So then it goes on. Immortal patriots, rise once more. Defend your rights, defend your shore. Pretty good. We're going to defend our shores, right? That's pretty good. You rally the troops. Let no rude foe with impious... I knew I goofed that up. I practiced this all afternoon. With impious hand, and it says it again, and then invade the shrine where sacred lies of toil and blood, the well-earned prize, while offering peace, sincere and just, in heavens we place a manly trust, that truth and justice will prevail, and every scheme of bondage fail. I get it. Now the chorus again. Firm, unite, let us be, rallying around our liberty, as a band of brothers join, peace and safety we shall find. One more. Let's go two more. Do I have time? Is it okay? It's okay. Stage manager says it's okay. I'm the stage manager. So sound the trump of fame. Let Washington's great name ring through the world with loud applause. Let every climb to freedom dear listen with a joyful ear, with equal skill, with godlike power. He governs in the fearful hour of horrid war, or guides with ease the happier time of honest peace. Now, this could have been our national anthem. You'd have to memorize all these words, right? So look it up. You'll be amazed at the tune. Okay, so the chorus again. Firm and unite let us be, rally round our liberty, as a band of brothers join, peace and safety we shall find. Last one. Here it is. Last one. Did I lose you yet? I hope I didn't. Here's the last verse. Behold the chief who now commands, once more to serve his country stands. The rock on which the storm will break. The rock on which the storm will break. But armed in virtue, firm and true, his hopes are fixed on heaven and you. Then when hope was sinking in dismay, when glooms obscured Columbia's way, his steady mind from changes free, resolve on death or liberty. And then we all join in together. Now you know it. Sing it with me. Firm, unite, let us be, rallying round our liberty as a band of brothers join. Peace and safety we shall find. Not a fan of that. Not a lot of rhyming in there. I need some more rhyming. But anyway, so that was the original tune. That was written for George Washington. That was the president's song. And so that was actually the national anthem. Yeah. There was no, oh, say, can you see? But it eventually did come along our way. Now, just a couple other things. So it wasn't until 1941 that it became a federal holiday. Otherwise, we just kind of, I guess, took off and celebrated. I don't know. George Washington, a couple of things in the early 4th of July celebrations here. So in the pre-revolutionary years, colonists had held annual celebrations for the King's birthday. So every year on the King's birthday, they were like, that was like the 4th of July. They woo, you know, big party, right, for George III, right, on his birthday. So then, in contrast, during the summer of 1776, some colonists celebrated the birth of independence by holding mock funerals for the King George III. So on the 4th of July, mock funerals as a way of symbolizing the end of the monarchy's hold on America and the triumph of liberty. Not very PC in today's world, but back then, that's what you did, right? You're like, rub their face in it. We're going to have these mock funerals for it. Then we got festivities, including concerts, bonfires, parades, firing cannons, muskets, usually accompanied by the first public readings of the Declaration of Independence. And then Philadelphia held its first annual commemoration of independence on July 4th, 1777. So 2 years later, right? Or a year later from 1776, but 2 years after we shot it all up and became independent. George Washington issued double rations of rum to all of his soldiers to mark the anniversary of independence in 1778 and in 1781. Double rations of rum for everyone. Double rations. He took his wooden teeth out, put them down, and said, double rations of rum for everybody. That's kind of how George Washington talked. I was there. I only tell the truth. I did not chop down that cherry tree. So after the Revolutionary War, Americans continued to commemorate Independence Day every year in celebrations, and now that's what we do, right? And now it's not so much about, it is about patriotism, it is about the United States, it's about some of that, but you know, when it comes on a Wednesday in the middle of a week, for most working folk, it kind of is, yay, you get a day off, right? Here we go. You get a day off. Yeah. So that's what that's about. So it's like, yay, you get a day off. That's so cool. And that's what that's kind of all about. So with that. But where we want to hit with the next segment here. Uh-oh. Did I goose something up? I kind of did. All right. So next segment, we're going to talk about the Star Spangled Banner. Now, we finally got our national anthem that everybody just loves to sing, right? It's such an easy tune. It's rhymes. It's all fun. But did you know that the Star Spangled Banner has, ooh, can you see that? 4 verses. We only sing one. There's 4 verses. There's 3 more. 3 more verses. But I'm going to get to that in a second. I want to give you a little bit of history about the Star Spangled Banner here. Yeah, it's 4th of July. You got to know this stuff. You can't just go out there and start, you know, partying and... Okay, you can. But this is going to be fun tomorrow. After a couple of beers or whatever your drink is, I'm drinking water all tomorrow. That's what I do. But whatever your choice is, you can start saying, did you know Julie will, Kyle will, everybody, you know, they're gonna be like, did you know? So here's a did you know. So Star Spangled Banner is now the national anthem of the United States, and by the time this song officially became the country's anthem in 1931. 1931, it became the national anthem. Who would have known that? I wouldn't have known that. So it had been, and by that time, it's been one of America's most popular patriotic tunes for more than a century, and the anthem's history began the morning of September 14th, 1814. See, these are all things I didn't know. So I was like, let me find that out. So I had to find that out. And that's what brought me right here today, telling you all this good stuff. So some background of that. We got the War of 1812, and that's what kind of brought this whole thing on. It wasn't the American Revolution that brought on what we now have as the Star Spangled Banner as our song, our national anthem. It was the War of 1812, which was a rekindling against the Brits. So simmering anger at Britain for interfering in American trade, impressing U.S. sailors into the Royal Navy, and standing in the way of westward expansion led the United States to declare war in June 1812. So the Brits never really gave up. They were gonna get us. They're gonna get us at sea as soon as we have some ships out there, because we had the U.S. Navy. Started in the American Revolution. And so we had the U.S. Navy that came along there. And so what happened is, then August, British troops invaded Washington, D.C. and set fire to the White House, the Capitol, and other government buildings also. And the Royal Navy then trained its sights on the key seaport of Baltimore, Maryland back then. That was the big port, right? So on September 13th, U.S. soldiers at Baltimore's Fort McHenry withstood some 25 hours of British bombardment. Early the next morning, they hoisted a gigantic United States flag over the fort, marking a crucial victory and a turning point in what would be considered a second war of American independence. Did you know there was a second one? Am I the only one that skipped that part in school? Didn't know it. Didn't know it. So now let's talk about Francis Scott Key. Not really the best lyricist. He's no Bernie Taupin. No, he's no Paul McCartney. He's no John Lennon. Whatever. Put in the comments your favorite lyricist. There you go. Put those in the comments there. Let me see who you like as a lyricist right there. If you're still with me. So Maryland-born attorney, of course he was an attorney, with a thriving practice in Washington, D.C., Francis Scott Key watched the bombardment of Fort McHenry from a ship anchored in Baltimore's harbor. And Key had been helping to negotiate the release of American civilian Dr. William Bean, who had been captured in the earlier battle, and he negotiated his release. So the tune, come on, don't stick with me here. Tell me what your favorite lyricist is out there. But the tune that Star Spangled Banner is, oh, I gotta hurry up because I'm coming towards the end here. This is so exciting. The tune was actually a drinking song. Na, 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 na. It's a drinking song. So ironically, the melody key assigned to accompany the lyrics of Star Spangled Banner was a popular English drinking song called, and bear with me because I've been practicing this all day. It was called To Anacreon in Heaven. To Anacreon in Heaven. And Anacreon is, let's see, the Anacreonic song, as it was known, had a track record of popularity in the United States by 1814. In one famous case, defenders of the embattled second president, John Adams, used the tune for a song called Adams and Liberty. So it was just it was a popular drinking song. So that's why he put the tune to it. So he had to kick back a couple of pints, and then he wrote these lyrics and he went, what am I going to do with this? I have a poem, this beautiful poem. And Yeah, so anyway, at first, Star Spangled Banner trailed Yankee Doodle and Hail Columbia in popularity among patriotic 19th century tunes. And eventually, after the Civil War, it started catching on fire, you know. Drink a little bit of this, start singing that bar tune, and we got to put some words to it. Here we go. So anyway, here I'll try to get through these real quickly. So the first one is everything that we already know, right? That's what we sing at the ball games and all that good stuff. The second one here, let's hit one of these. So on the shore, dimly seen through the mists of the deep, where the foe's haughty host in dread silence reposes, what is that which the breeze or the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half conceals, half discloses? Now it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam, in full glory reflected, now shines in the stream. 'Tis the Star-Spangled Banner, oh long may it wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. So it ends with the same two lines, but it just keeps going. So next one. And where is the band who so vauntly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion of home and a country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And then it says, and the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave, or the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, thus be it or ever, when freemen shall stand between their loved home and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace may the heavens rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just, and this be our motto: in God is our trust. And the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph shall wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. You can see why the first verse was the best, and we stop at that one. Oh, so there you go. And now it's at sporting events. It's the beginning of you know, yeah, we get all that, right? And tomorrow we will all be singing it, or trying to, or mumbling through the first couple of lines. Yeah, so there you go. So there is your 4th of July special. Thank you so much for coming on board. There we go. Cue the music, right? Cue the music. And yeah, so thank you for coming on board tonight. I will be back here next week, and we will have more wonderful things to talk about. And we'll go back with back to the show. But I just want to come on and do another little 4th of July segment. So have a great night. Have a great 4th of July. Party, have fun, but be safe and get home in one piece, because I need you back here next Tuesday at 6:30. All right, have a great night. See you later. Bye-bye.
If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.